I might give Jay another minute just to see. Yeah. I never know, like, if he's in court or something.
I was in the office today because I was in.
Oh, so Jay didn't have that today, you don't think?
They didn't. Because, he was in there with me.
Okay, so she should be there.
Can you wait for the vote?
Do it quick. So what hospital do you work at?
I'm at Eskenazi at the moment.
That's coming up.
Yeah.
I thought you were working on one yet.
That's gonna be starting in August.
Oh.
Yeah.
You need to start getting some more videos up. I enjoy them.
Sure.
Well, there's a quorum.
I won't I had to look those things. You guys can't see it. It was only 4 to 1.
No, there's Jay.
Have a seat. Come stand. If anybody else comes, we've got chairs out.
You have to sign in anyway, because I'm getting ready to start a meeting.
Yeah, you gotta sign in.
So, I was just waiting for Jay to get here.
We're doing something.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's fine. If you can't. Yeah, I'm ready to go.
So,
They say there's not much worse pain than medical.
Jay's he's a researcher.
yeah, how are you?
Pretty good.
Me being an Olympic caliber athlete, so all
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, that's how I hurt my Achilles tendon too, you know.
I'm gonna call the meeting to order. Tara, do you want to do roll call?
Brent Stetler.
Yes.
Jerry Colson.
Yes.
Walt Minnick.
Yes.
Melinda Joe.
Yeah.
Craig Kaczynski.
Yes.
Let's stand and do a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Just a quick prayer, Heavenly Father, be with us as we go through this meeting, and help us return home safely. In your name we pray. Amen. Jay has prepared or updated our it's the same number.
Okay.
Prepared the same number, right? Is it the same number?
Yeah, because we didn't, no action was taken on it, it's still the same month.
It's resolution 2025-5-1, authorizing Comcast full authorization to perform the work as previously granted under the approved permits to construct the right-of-ways of town of Kirklin, which shall include the replacement of the current approximate 3 feet in height pedestals.
3 is 2 feet.
They're 3. You had 2 on there, but they're actually 3.
Are they actually 3?
Yeah.
Okay,
Where feasible, with approximately 1 inch in height pedestals.
1 foot.
I mean, sorry. Yeah, these are approximate heights. They're not perfect on that, just approximate. And completing the remaining portion of their work and any future pedestals at the same 1 foot height. So now I'm going to, that was just the introduction on our agenda. I'm just gonna read through the agenda now. I'm sorry, the resolution. Resolution 2025-5-1. Whereas the Town Council of Kirklin, Indiana on February 10th, 2025 issued a roadwork utility telecommunication application and permit for the installation of fiber optic cable OCM Engineering LLC and QC Communications on behalf of Comcast. Whereas Comcast by and through its contractors has commenced the installation of fiber optic cable and other telecommunication equipment, including above-ground pedestals for making connections for residents and businesses. Whereas the town of Kirklin has received numerous complaints from residents regarding the unsightly nature of the above-ground pedestals, which are approximately 3 feet in height. Whereas the town of Kirklin has informed Comcast of their complaints of the residents regarding the pedestals, which are approximately 3 feet in height. Whereas Comcast has agreed to replace as many pedestals within the boundaries of the town of Kirklin as is feasible from the current height to a shoulder pedestal, which is approximately 1 foot in height. Whereas Comcast has indicated that it expects to replace 80% or more of its existing pedestals and agrees that all future pedestals should be installed within town will be shorter pedestals of approximately 1 foot in height. Whereas Comcast has agreed that it shall bear the cost of this work and will not be reimbursed by the town or property owners for the replacement of the approximate 3-foot pedestals with pedestals of approximately 1 foot in height. Whereas the town council appreciates the agreement of Comcast to address the concerns of the residents. Now therefore be it resolved that Comcast shall have full authorization to perform the work as previously granted under the approved permits to construct the right-of-ways of the town of Kirklin, which shall include the replacing of current pedestals where feasible and completing the remaining portion of the town of Kirklin using 1-foot pedestals. This resolution is adopted effective as of May 19, 2025 special meeting of the town council of Kirklin, Indiana. So we have a resolution. Do you guys have any discussion? Does anyone want to entertain a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Can I ask a question? What would happen if they asked Comcast to stop at this point? Just out of
You'd
curiosity.
probably be you'd be in breach of your contract.
I was just wondering, I didn't know what would happen.
So we have a motion on the floor. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, raise your right hand. The motion carries for the resolution 2025-5-1.
So this resolution is just for them, basically, we have to sort of give them permission to go back and switch 3 foot to 1 foot, and it just puts it all legally. We're working on a solution but we have to write it up. We have a lawyer working on it for future infrastructure in town, so this doesn't happen to us again. There will be plans that will be brought forth. It won't be on, you say you're gonna do one thing and then another thing happens. For the most part, they don't even have to switch out the pedestals. They could just say forget it and move on. But they know everybody's mad and they're concerned, so this is sort of their solution. We can't get rid of all the pedestals, and we give them a construction thing. Now, if somebody comes in, like say AT&T comes in with new pedestals, they want to come in and put pedestals in, okay? We'll have it in front of us, and we will go through it and see, and we'll know then that it's not alleys, not everything's underground, stuff like that, and then we can make changes of how we want our place to look. But inevitably, at the end of the day, we can't stop them because we have state and government utility right-of-ways. So they can come through anyways, so for them to go, to go back and at least put money in to get the pedestals smaller, I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful they just didn't pull out and leave 3-foot pedestals and say, forget it, and just write us off because they're $1 billion business, and whoever hooks up, hooks up. But we will have something in the future that anytime infrastructure comes into the town, it won't happen like this, because there's things we're not happy about neither, how it happened, and we know the residents aren't happy about stuff. But it's all in the works. But this is as much as we can do for a solution for this far in the game. And I'm just, like I said, I am very appreciative of them that they at least are gonna make some smaller ones. But, like I said, we really have no say-so. Utility right-of-ways go way back. I think that has to be fought at a state government authority. There's nothing we can do, even as a town council, you know.
And
We can-
especially on the state highway.
Yeah, we can tell them that where we want it to go. We can tell them if we want it on poles, you know, or something like that, but there's not too much we can do on the state highway. But
Well,
there's-
the trouble with poles is we don't own the poles.
Right.
In other words, if the city of Frankfurt owns the electric utility, so it owns poles, and so it can say, okay, well, you want to be on our pole, it's on these terms.
Yes.
We don't own the poles, so our leverage is less.
Right, but I mean, like if they wanted to come through town, do we have a choice? Because wires on poles are lovely too, but do we have a choice if, like, just say if we wanted to, I'm not saying we'd tell them to put it on poles. I'm all for underground infrastructure. It's just, it would be nice if they had fancier stuff to do it with. But could we say, well, you can't bring your stuff through town unless you put it on poles? Like, okay, if Leaf wants to charge it for a pole, I'm sorry, but we want them on poles to come through town and go around us. Do we have that choice?
Well, I think we can set, first of all, I think we
Not that
can,
we would, because poles are just as bad, you know?
or maybe worse.
Yes.
Yeah. One of the things we can do is we can adopt an ordinance that requires anyone who's going to do construction in our road right-of-ways to provide plans showing the location of any above-ground structures, and give us a rendering and dimensions of those structures, and those kind of things.
Could I make a suggestion?
Sir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, sorry. This is just council, and we have one item here to finish up with. We missed an invoice.
You did not miss it.
We didn't miss it?
No, he just brought it to me this
Oh, I
morning.
thought we
and
missed
wanted
it from
to
our
see
last meeting.
They wanted to see if you guys would take it up, or if you prefer it on the next agenda. It's
I
up to
know.
you guys.
I know it was regarding our park though,
It's work that Billy needed done at the
down
park.
at the park. That's why I was wanting to go ahead and get this one paid because it was at the park. We had some major stuff with our restrooms over there that was messed up, multiple leaks over there. We have an invoice here. Do you guys have a problem with just addressing this real quick before we close? We have an invoice, in the amount of $1,555, for the town of Kirklin, and it's, by Craig Udinsky that did the work at the park.
And Craig, you have
He has a,
the on file.
yeah, he's got that, yeah.
I just want to make sure
He does.
that did happen.
He did.
Okay,
Yeah, he
good.
filed it.
I'll make a motion. That would pay credit.
So we have a motion and a second.
$15.55.
Yeah. Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Who seconded?
Well, so we have three.
Craig
Yeah, he abstained.
abstained.
Okay, and the meeting adjourned.
That's good.
Let's just fix it and.
We raised that, so,
Yeah, I can do that.
that was the only reason the meeting was.
Time to move on now.
So they can go to work.
Yeah, you say me about, you certainly.
Yeah,
I would say a 60 or 90-day comment period. Because what happens is that this gets on the town agenda. Nobody that I know of gets the town agenda. Then we hear about it after it's happened. So if you could have just sort of a, let's bring it up, let's talk about it at a further meeting.
We don't have to send residents agendas. They are posted on our doors they're on our website,
And-
so
and-
that's not our requirement.
And this
Even
is our
the,
family-
even
I'm
the,
sorry, if you.
even the Frankfurt
if you
Time
take
gets
my
it.
comments out of line, I
no,
appreciate
that's,
that.
but everybody thinks that we're supposed to,
Send them an individual, no.
yeah, we don't do that
No,
stuff.
and
I don't think,
Yeah.
I don't think that's what he was saying.
Oh, okay, got you,
What he's
okay.
saying is more lead time. So
Yeah.
they have time to digest it. And I understand that. On the other hand, you've got the business that wants to get going.
Yes.
Yeah.
and-
So you gotta weigh those two things.
And, but, so 90 days is probably too long, but 60, since your meetings are once a month, that's 2 meetings instead of one. And
We can certainly look at that, or at least I would think 45 days would be.
yeah, whatever the
Yeah.
compromise is, and, but I would just, this could have been handled so much better.
It came down very quickly.
And, you realize that if you have Dish and TV, and you get your internet facility, which is probably about 50% of everybody in this town, this is gonna save you $75 a month, and then you're gonna have better internet.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying,
Yeah.
oh well.
Yeah.